Hillary Clinton brought one of her top surrogates to North Carolina Thursday. First Lady Michelle Obama has been a key attack dog for Clinton in these final weeks. And in Winston-Salem, she laid out the choice voters are facing.
That is the choice we face between those who divide this country into us versus them and those who tell us to embrace our better angels and choose hope over fear. And as we look into the eyes of our children, as we send them off to school each morning and tuck them into bed at night, as Hillary said, the stakes in this election could not be more clear. And let me tell you, this is not about Republicans versus Democrats. None of that matters this time around. No. This election is about something much bigger. It's about who will shape our children and the country we leave for them, not just for the next 4 or 8 years, but for the rest of their lives.
But Clinton's campaign is playing defense after a leaked memo from WikiLeaks that suggests an overlap between donors to the nonprofit Clinton Foundation and Bill Clinton's personal financial activities. The memo shows how former White House aide Doug Band worked to obtain private contributions from donors who were supporting the Clinton Foundation. Band says in the memo that he personally secured more than $50 million for President Clinton. Donald Trump pounced on that news Thursday.
Just today, we read about Clinton confidant Doug Band bragging that he had funneled tens of millions of dollars to Bill Clinton, Inc. through the foundation donations, paid speeches, and consulting contracts. Mr. Band called the arrangement unorthodox. The rest of us call it outright corrupt. If the Clintons were willing to play this fast and loose with their enterprise when they weren't in the White House, just imagine what they'll do given the chance to once again control the Oval Office. And we've had enough, honestly. I think we've had enough of the Clintons, in all fairness.
Leslie Sanchez is in Houston. She's a CBSN political contributor and Republican strategist. And in Washington, Lynda Tran, a Democratic strategist and a CBSN political contributor. All right, ladies, I see we all got the memo to wear some blue today. Lynda, let me start off with you. Let's start with this memo concerning the Clinton Foundation. What does it mean for the Clinton campaign?
You know, honestly, I don't think it means a whole lot. So we have been witnessing over the course of the past couple of weeks a number of various email dumps and document dumps that have come from WikiLeaks. And there's been a lot of understandable analysis of it along the way. But what we haven't seen is any significant movement when it comes to voters. Those people who are supporting Hillary Clinton are as excited about voting for her as they ever have been before. And the reality is the places where it's going to matter most in these battleground states, people just aren't that concerned about these emails. They're concerned about jobs. They're concerned about the future of the country writ large.
Leslie, let me ask you. Clinton campaign advisors brushed off this memo, instead slamming Russia for allegedly hacking the emails. Is that enough of a response, you think?
Not at all. I think, if anything, that's a distraction. It's really to try to change the conversation. You know, it's very interesting. I'm in Texas. I heard someone describe this exact situation. It's greasy as fried lard, meaning, you know, they're not feeling very comfortable about this relationship between the Clinton Foundation and increasingly this data dump that shows that the Clintons were lining their pockets. It is where the difficulty is and where the impact can be is, again, women voters. The battle cry you're hearing on both sides is get out and vote. But these women voters who have been on the fence are increasingly concerned more so about governance. What is Hillary Clinton going to be like as president when it comes to ethics and really walking a straight line? Can you have a firewall that's strong enough? That's where I think these final days it can make a small but important impact.
Leslie, let me ask you. Michelle Obama warned Clinton supporters that Donald Trump would try to suppress their vote by bringing a message of hopelessness in these final days. Do you see that as his strategy at this point?
It's so hard to say where the direction is going to go at this point. You know, I don't really want to ever speak for that. But what is different, and it's interesting, even in some recent, I'll say, ethnic polls, and particularly Latino, you're seeing a lot of excitement and engagement. This is an important time. I think people are recognizing that the vote really makes a difference. So while suppression techniques are kind of getting these negatives up tend to suppress the vote, I think in contrast to that, we're starting to see people vote early, and let's hope not vote often, but you know, definitely get engaged in the election.
Lynda, Hillary Clinton's campaign is promising to use both Obamas quite a bit in these final days. What exactly is the First Lady's contribution and role as you see it in this campaign?
Well, I think we saw some of it today. The fact that the First Lady was in North Carolina, first of all, tells you basically everything you need to know about the state of play in the 2016 campaign cycle. North Carolina, as folks may or may not recall, was actually in the Mitt Romney camp in 2012. It was one of the 2 states that flipped from Obama to Mitt Romney in 2012. And so the fact that North Carolina is in play is, frankly, a really big problem for Donald Trump. Add to that the fact that Michelle Obama happens to be extraordinarily popular, not just among Democrats, but among all Americans, with her numbers solidly in the mid-60s, and she is an incredible asset to have on the trail. And it's not just Michelle Obama. The fact is, Hillary Clinton has, you know, an embarrassment of riches when it comes to surrogates that are out there stumping for her, and you're just not seeing the same thing on the Trump campaign side.
All right, Leslie Sanchez and Lynda Tran, whom, for the record, I did not coordinate with outfit-wise for this. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.